Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am at the community garden again, and we are going to actually do some work today, and that work includes harvesting produce for the first time at the community garden. It's been another week. I am back out here to the garden, and I actually came to work today. Today, yes, we are going to work out in the garden. And we're going to try to locate where the produce is versus from where the weeds are and clean up just a little bit out here. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Let me bring the camera. Let me show you what we got before we start working. We got a ton of rain yesterday, so the garden's super, super wet. I almost put on my mud shoes, but I didn't because we're going to stay in this walkway, which is going to keep us out of the mud, if you know what I mean. But tomatoes are everywhere, y'all. I see tomatoes everywhere. Like, look, look, tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. And there's some little bitty cherry tomatoes on that one right there. Cucumbers woke up. No cucumbers yet, but they at least woke up. Now that's a bean. That don't belong over there. Here's the cucumber plant right here. Oh, and a cucumber beetle is already on it. Oh, he flew away. 1, 2, 3, 4 cucumber plants. But y'all, I came over here to show you this. This used to be a little walkway back through here, but look at that, y'all. Look at that massive zucchini. It's massive. So there's one massive zucchini in there, a huge squash. Look at that, huge squash in there. So y'all, we're harvesting today. Absolutely harvesting today for sure. I'll bring you through and show you a lot more later. But this plant is loaded in squash. Nice, nice squash. And nobody stole it. That's the good thing. No one came out here and took advantage of what we're doing here. That is okra. It jumped up and got above the weeds, so that's a good thing. Yeah, y'all, I don't even want to walk back there. I won't walk back there. Something might crawl out and get me. But some of my corn's back there, and there's a lot of weeds. I'm not walking back there. But I will find some paper and we'll try to tamp that down because I did bring some more of this right here, this black fabric that I have right here. And I'm going to put some more black fabric down so I can have some nice walkways like this. Beans blooming like crazy. They're little bitty beans on here, y'all. Look at this. Look at that bean. There are beans. Now, they're not ready to harvest, but they're there. And we're going to get this vining, whatever this vining thing is. It's a morning glory. That's what it is right there. There's the bloom. So that morning glory, we're going to get that out. And we're going to clean up some of these spaces. But I just wanted to show y'all that squash. That squash looking good. All right, y'all, we're going to get busy. We're going to get busy, and you're going to come with me as we are cleaning up the area. And Miss Hannah's here. We're ready to get some work done. All right, I have 6 of them already cut, and I can cut more. What I can do is I could lay it down, and you can come behind and stay and use the little pins. We're going to cover right on top, just like that.
Okay.
And then it'll tamp it out. Even if it's on the side,
Okay.
it'll die because the root's not exposed. And I wanted to try to reuse some pins because I don't have many. But you got 6 big old pieces right here. You just start tamping them weeds down. And this is all the staples I have to my name. So that's all I got to work with. I'm going all the way back to this tomato plant. So we don't have to do that either. I'm going to use 2 pieces here. Put one there, grab another one. Let me get this
sorry.
paper. You're all right. And you can't put just one in the middle. You gotta put them all four corners.
Okay.
But you can overlap it with your next piece. So one can take care of two pieces. So don't stick it all the way in yet, kind of leave it up. And then the second piece, use the same one. All right, because we're gonna take this piece back here to the tomatoes. That's another set of weeds we won't have to worry about. I had one of my viewers say to me, this is real life gardening for folks who don't have, space. And so someone would have come to a garden like this and all they would have seen were the weeds and they would have missed the produce. And by me showing this is normal, it helped them realize that this is what it's really like for a community garden. Don't get discouraged. This is normal. It don't have to be pretty to give you food. And I'm good with that. You good with that? We don't have to be pretty. Just produce me some food. We might have to double this one up a little bit more. Or should I go sideways? I'm not trying to pull a whole bunch of weeds. I will if I have to. I prefer to spend time putting paper down than pulling a weed. Now I'm standing in a pile of weeds. That's how many weeds we pulled, in addition to putting as much of this weed barrier down that we have. So I'm going to take you through the garden. I'm going to show you everything that we did before we get to this harvest. But y'all, this is a pile of weeds. We didn't bring anything to put the weeds in, so we're going to have to leave them here and then find a way to get them out the garden. So I'm getting ready to pick you up. I'm going to show you the hard work we got into. So one of the things I told y'all was that I'm right next to a tree. So for our plot right here, we're so close to the tree. But in addition to the tree, y'all, I wanted to show you just this field of wildflowers. It's just all kinds of flowers over there. And y'all know that flowers means bees, beneficial insects, all of the things that we need to pollinate our garden. So again, y'all, when I say we got one of the best locations this year, I really mean it. So we got the pollinators right next door. We got our shade tree right here that we can relax up under. And then we're right here at the garden. All right, so y'all, let me step over this pile of weeds that we created. And y'all, we did this on purpose, to be honest with you. We created this pile of weeds to make people not want to go into our plot so we can hopefully keep people from visiting and taking. So we didn't do anything up here. I had weed barrier I was going to put up here in this space, but I changed my mind. We decided to work from the back forward. And so we did a little bit right here and then we kind of stopped and we focused on the back. So I'm going all the way to the back first. So I took that whole row, y'all, and I laid it down back here to create a walking path between the beans here and where my corn is supposed to be. And y'all, I didn't pull a weed. I sure didn't. I just bent them down and covered them up. That's what I did. And that's okay. But at least I can get to the back side of the beans that are right here. I didn't touch the corn in any way, shape, or form. If it lives, great. If not, that's okay too. Yellow beans are supposed to be right here. And there's 2 plants, that's it. If God wants to provide, we'll take it. If not, that's okay too. We completely cleaned up the okra. Look at that, y'all. You can see the ground. We cleaned up around that tomato plant, the okra. It had vines choking them out. We got the vines out on both sides. And then we put paper down so that they don't come back up. And got the weeds out as best we can. We're going to come back with more paper and finish cleaning this up so we don't have to keep pulling weeds over and over again. We did the same thing right here with this yellow squash, which we're going to get some good yellow squash over here. But we're not going to pick from over here today. We're going to leave this. We have a day hab coming out to the garden on Monday. And on Monday, we'll have them pull some weeds and pick some produce. But the yellow squash over here is looking really good. I had an opening in the back, so I planted some more yellow squash back there because, as always, y'all know those squash vine borers are going to get in there and they're going to kill this squash from the inside. And when they do that, I'll have another batch coming in. One of the things that I personally like to do with yellow squash or summer squash, when those vine borers get in, I like to cover the base of the plant up as much as I can to protect it, to have it last as long as possible. So if you look over here at that plant, you can see the bottom is all eaten up. Something has gone in from the root and it's going to kill that plant from the inside. So I just take this dirt, pile it up on the root to try to prolong the life. And that's always worked in my garden at home. So we're going to try it out here at the community garden as well. We did the same thing to the squash on this side, cleaned it up pretty good so we can get all the way around it. And y'all, we're going to harvest this here in just a minute. Just a minute. Just wanted you to see what we did. There's still a lot of weeds. There's still a lot to do, but there's also a lot of produce out here. And y'all, I told you, it don't have to be pretty. It just needs to produce. And that's what we're focusing on today. What else did we do, Miss Hannah? Is that it? We cleaned around a few of the tomato plants.
It was a lot. We cleaned out the onion.
Oh, the onion, the onion.
Now you can actually see.
You can see the onion. All you could see before, y'all, were these weeds right here. This weed is everywhere in the garden. And y'all, for those that don't know about pulling weeds, when you pull weeds, y'all, you got to get down to the root to pull it up. And then this weed will never come back. But if you don't get to the root, y'all, it's going to come back. But you can see onion now. They were completely hidden by weeds. And so we gave them a little space. Maybe we'll get some. And then if not, that's okay too. All right, and then tomatoes, y'all. You look at these plants. Look at all these blooms, blooms. Oh yeah, look. Look at those tomatoes on there. Oh, a nice breeze, y'all. The wind blowing. It feels so good. This one's trying to grow outside. I'm going to push it back up in there. That one's already on the outside. It'll be all right. But y'all, we're going to have so many tomatoes out here. We're going to start a farmer's market.
We are. Something. Since our melons probably won't do that good, is it a good idea to maybe till it and maybe plant I was talking about ginger or...
I would grow, it's a good question, right? Ginger is a really good plant. I personally like to grow ginger in pots versus in the ground.
Okay.
So it'll be easier to harvest later because this ground we know gets super hard. So what else do you want to grow? We can put something else over here. We got to think about it.
I don't know.
Now we know we're going to lose our squash.
Okay.
We know we're going to lose our cucumbers, you know, with time, right? Those are things we know we're going to lose because there's another bug out here called the cucumber beetle.
Okay.
And that's going to take out our cucumbers.
Okay.
And so we could put cucumbers or squash here if you want to keep growing those things. Cucumbers. Okay. We got some more stuff to plant, y'all. But the reason why we're talking about doing that is that this whole area got taken out. We only have one melon plant that made it. But y'all, melons take a long time. They take a long time. So we're going to turn the soil here and bring some paper.
Yes.
We're going to bring some black fabric, cover the whole area, and just open up a little spot for the cucumbers to come out. It's time to harvest. Let me put you on the tripod. All right, so I'm going to teach Miss Hannah how to harvest squash. Now, there's a lot of different ways to harvest squash. I personally like to cut the squash just in the middle of that green part of the stem right there.
Okay.
Yep. I'll hold it up to the camera. Look at that, y'all. Our first squash from the garden. And we could harvest more, but we're going to wait, let Dahab take care of the rest of the squash that's in the garden. You can harvest squash. So for those on the camera as well,
okay.
You can harvest squash at any size. You can harvest them teeny.
Oh.
You can harvest them big. The bigger they get, the harder, the tougher the seeds will be. I don't like to get much bigger than that. Gotcha. Right there. I know there's another one right here and there's about 6 over there. We wait till Monday, they might be close to that size.
Okay.
All right, we got one zucchini that we gotta get and then we will weigh everything here. I know it's not much, y'all, but it's still ours. We grew it. And the same thing for the zucchini. You see how something's been eating at the stem? Look at that, y'all.
Our first harvest from the garden.
Look at that, summer squash, zucchini and yellow squash, y'all. We did that. We're not harvesting a lot today. So today was really about pulling weeds and getting the garden together. But we did harvest a couple of things with you on purpose. And we're going to add those to the garden journal. So here's the garden journal that we're using. I use this back at the homestead, and I have this book especially for this garden. If you're interested in this, links are in the description below. I made this journal for me, but it's working out for hundreds of others if it's something you're interested in. In the back of this journal, there is a place for us to track our harvest. So we get to put the first things in. But let's weigh it up. I even brought my little scales out here. I got our little bag. So just we'll do one at a time because two different produce. Hold that up for me. 0.66. Turn it around so they can see. Over half a pound for one squash. So let me get it. I'm going to write it down, y'all. 0.66 pounds. And that's only one, y'all. We know it's only one, but it's still ours. We grew it. All right, let's do the same thing with the zucchini. Now that one's going to weigh more. Ooh, look at that. 0.9 pounds, y'all. That's almost a pound. Look at that, y'all. We just harvested a pound and a half.
Yep.
2 pieces of fruit, y'all, a pound and a half. How much would have paid for that at the store? Couple dollars, $2 or $3. And we paid how much?
Seeds.
Seeds.
And watering.
And watering. There you go. So,
and love. You got to put love with the plant.
There you go. So that's it for today, y'all. We're tired. We're sweaty. We're hot. I got bites on me from picking weeds.
I got
We got dirt and mud on our face and our feet, but we're going to call it a day. Thanks for hanging out at the community garden with us today. We will be back here again real soon, but we got to go take these veggies home and enjoy them.
Yes.
So until next time, and I hope there'll be a next time that you choose to hang out at Kim's Cozy Corner Community Garden.
It's a fun time.
Bye.